Alright, everything should be good. Everything should be good. Even more invites. I already got one. Jesus Christ. Alright. Brazil, Sao Paulo. Autodromo Jose Carlos Passa, the track name after a Brazilian, I think the first Brazilian that raced in Formula 1. I'll be coughing a lot, so yeah, I'll be coughing a lot, so I'm just saying. Yeah, but the first Grand Prix was hosted in 1973. A number of laps 36. As we see, we have as well 12 laps of the sprint, so even more entertainment. And as well, because we don't want to do this race, the whole event, for like 2.5 hours, we're gonna be having a short quali, which is a little bit better in terms of like mentality. I guess I don't know. I don't know what am I talking about. Circle length 4.309 kilometers. Race distance 152.5 kilometers. Lap record is 1 minute 10.540, set by Valtteri Bottas in 2018. 2 DRS zones, obviously 2 DRS detection zones. First one on the start finish straight, and then second one on the exit of turn 3 going into turn 4. Best overtaking places are turn 1, turn 4, turn 8 is quite a good one as well, and then turn 14, 15, but those are just like on the straight, like those little left-handers, little kings basically. Droids are meant to ready up now, so we move on to the to quali, not the race yet. We don't move to the race yet. I mean, they are supposed to ready up, but none of them are readying up, so none of them are readying up. Weird. Yep. The track is notorious for great racing, great overtaking, great entertainment that we saw, for example, in 2012. For example, the title fight between Alonso and Vettel. Recently as well, in 2021, Lewis with that beautiful from being last on the sprint to win the race, and his beautiful comeback. Then as well in 2007, the championship fight between Raikkonen, Alonso and Hamilton. Kimi unlikely winning it, as he was like 8 points, 9 points behind of the McLarens, and he beat them by only 1 point. And as well 2008 again, Hamilton with Felipe with the famous is that clock moment in turn 12. And what's other? I mean, 2010, Hulkenberg getting his first and only pole position in his career. Button in 2009 winning for Braun, the drivers' championship, as he yeah. Then 2011, I don't really, I mean, Brazil has so many memories in F1 that it just has to be here. It just has to be here. 2013, Vettel's 9th consecutive win, and as well Mark Webber's last race. 2012 as well, Mike Schumacher's final race in F1. 2014, I don't really remember anything. 15, not really much, I don't think. 16, really worth race. Remember for Max Verstappen's very good racing as a rookie for Red Bull, as earlier in that season, 2016, Kvyat and Verstappen swapped places from Kvyat going from Red Bull to Toro Rosso, and Max Verstappen from Toro Rosso to Red Bull. But as well, Lewis had a very good drive that race. 2017, Lewis Hamilton, who crashed out in Q2 or in Q1. It was either Q2 or Q1, and starting mid in the lower mid pack, and then finishing off, was it like in the podium, third, I think. We in the qualifying already, first race out on track. JP out on track. Sparko, Hennessy, Matt, then there's Williams from Plax or Criplax, I don't know. I don't know. We will see how I will spell that name. Then Dr. Marco as well here in BPRL, surprisingly. Now we'll just call him Marco. Gravidi out on track. Hybo out on track. Both Red Bulls out on track. Coke out on track. With then the seasons 2018, Lewis Hamilton winning in Brazil and winning for the constructors for Mercedes in 2018. 2019, Max and Lewis Hamilton, the beginning of their rivalry in F1. Very good race from both of them, but in the end, Max came in first, Gasly came third, and then Sainz, after a post-race penalty for Lewis, after a contact between him and Albon in turn 10, Sainz got P3 after his as well very good drive from last to third. 2020 nothing, 2021 I said already, and 2022 Mercedes won their first Grand Prix of the year, and Red Bull drama as well happened. But enough of the real life F1 and going into virtual F1, into BPRL. JP is going to finish his flying lap, and it's going to be a 1 minute 8.347 as a banker. And obviously he goes P1 as he finishes his lap first. There are yellow flags, that is for Jogger, who lets through drivers. Sparko goes second with 1:11.049. Matt goes second, 1 minute 8.533. Here comes as well Hennessy, but he slowed down as well on his lap. 1 minute 28.727. Gravity goes third, 1 minute 9.456. Then the two Red Bulls. Reggie goes P1, and Shaza behind him with 1 minute 8.251. Reggie with 1 minute 8.086. Yeah, like I said, I'll be coughing a lot. So I'm sorry for the ear rape, but if anyone is on the headphones, then sorry for the ear rape, but it has to be like this, I guess. Jogger has invalidated his lap, then Hennessy caused yellow flags. He slowed down into turn 8. I don't know what is he doing. I mean, he's letting through drivers, but I don't know. Further, I don't know what he's doing. Highball off track on the X of turn 7 going into turn 8. Yellow flags again caused by Hennessy. There's a Gemini coming across the line, and he is gonna go P6, 1 minute 9.563. A tenth, a little over a tenth behind Gravity, but at the moment very good performance by the Aston Martin. There comes as well that is Coke coming across the line, and he invalidated his previous lap, I guess. Highball with an 8 with 1 minute 24.810. Hudson as well started his flying lap. Luke finishing his flying lap, and he's gonna go P7 with 1 minute 9.771. Hype starts his flying lap. Then there's a spun. Is that a spun? I mean, it looks like that Jogger spun on the extra turn 11, as he was off a little bit weirdly off track. Kriplak starting his flying lap. Gemini probably going into the pits. Jogger nothing, since he's in as well. Coke exiting turn 12 into turn 14. Doors open. 15. No yards left, and he comes to line, and he goes P5 with 1 minute 9.360. Hennessy finishing his flying lap, and he does improve, but I mean, it's still like 15 seconds off. I mean, not 15 seconds, but like 13. Hudson goes 9th, and Hybo goes 10th. Hudson with 1 minute 9.971, and Hybo with 1 minute 10.306. Here comes as well Hybe, coming on, and he goes P5 with 1 minute 8.568. Many yellow flags goes by Alfa Romeo from Marco, and as well AlphaTauri by Hybe, I'm assuming. Some drivers coming across the line. Graffiti starting his flying lap. There's a Ferrari, but that's Noise starting his flying lap. Coke in lap, as he has no fuel left actually. Hennessy improving 12 seconds in the second sector, and through the final corner, through the finish line, and he goes P6 with 1 minute 9.135. Marco goes 14th with 1 minute 16.386. Reggie starts his flying lap yet again. Here comes as well. No, that's not Gravity, that's Hybo, but he goes in. Gravity spun on the edge of turn 8, as I just literally like took a peek from him, or peek like. Was again a big slide from the AlphaTauri. What? What's input? What's input? What? Alright, anyways. Blacks goes 14th with 1 minute 10.387. Then Glass goes 9th with 1 minute 9.539. Noise goes P1 with 1 minute 7.820. Orieu Glass. Orieu. Orieu. I'll try to say Orieu. Rieu. Ori? Rieu? No idea. Why are you guys making those names so complicated? Reggie finishing his lap, but it's way off the pace as he starts his another flying lap. Then there's Matt starting his flying lap, I'm assuming. Oriel causing yellow flags, weirdly letting through his teammate Sparko, but Sparko was on a outlap, so nothing bad there. Plaques, no ERS left, no fuel left, so he's gonna be on an in lap. Behind him, Lazir. No, that's not Lazir. That's Gemini crossing the line, and he starts his flying lap. Sparko starting his flying lap. Then there's noise there causing yellow flags. Jogger as well started his another flying lap, assuming, since he invalidated his previous one. Reggie improving through the second sector by 2/10. At the moment it would put him behind Noise, but there's still third sector. And through the final corner, through the finish line, he goes P1 with 1 minute 7.781. Oh yeah, and this is a provisional pole position because this is short quali, so I forgot that this is short quali, so I was a bit surprised that that's why Reggie is going out again. But this is a short quali, so everything matters. Every single lap matters. Chuck, no, there's as well Matt. I'm assuming no, Matt has invalidated. That was Hudson. Oh, as Hype has spun on the exit of turn 2 in Senna S's. Good that he led through Hudson. That was Hudson, yeah, that was Hudson. As well, Sparko goes 7th with 1 minute 9.007. James Bond reference. Jugger went as well 12th with 1 minute 9.482. Yellow flags caused by Jogger on the exit of turn 2 in the Senna Estes again. JP starting his flying lap. Shazza. Here is Shazza. This was Reggie, alright. That's Alpha Romeo coming across, and that was Marco. But he is starting his flying lap, I'm assuming. Hennessy, we'll see what. No, that's invalidated, and Tilted starting his flying lap. Tilted is not in the best position as he's very close behind Hennessy. I mean, he will get a slipstream, a small one, but it's still not ideal in my opinion. But it's him. There's a Alfa Romeo coming across, and that's Luke improving by 7/10 to the second sector, and to the third sector almost 9/10 of improvement, and he goes P7 in 1 minute 8.891. Here comes also Shazas starting yet again another lap. JP goes third with 1 minute 8.115. That is Hype spinning on the X of turn 8, or into turn 8. Hennessy, oh no, that was Jugger. Hennessy improving by 2.5 through the second sector. Third sector, there isn't much of improvement that you can do, but still he can improve through the second. He gained more through the third sector than in the second one, and he goes P7 1 minute 8.601. By the way, Marco is nice with 1 minute 8.934. Yellow flags caused by Luke. Hybe into the pits. Less than 5 minutes to go. Less than 5 minutes to go. Liziri on 13 laps of fuel. Liziri has 13 laps of fuel. I mean, that's already a very bad line through turn 1 and 2, as he has slowed down on the exit. I mean, I mean, if he has 13 laps of fuel, then I'd rather just continue. I mean, and Shazas as well has jumped Noise and basically Ferraris. He has jumped Ferraris and he's 11,000 behind Reggie. And it's very close between top 3. From Reggie to Noise, it is only 39,000. Then the gap gets a bit bigger from Noise to JP. That is 3/10. There's Hybo coming on. He's starting his flying lap, I'm assuming, but he hasn't activated his ERS, so I don't know. Maybe he's doing the same as Laziri. No idea. Still surprised that Laziri has well now 12 laps of fuel, but still that's so much. That's way too much. Kriplax improving through the first sector. Kriplax is improving through the first sector. That is Orieo causing yellow flags, letting through Reggie, who is on an outlap, so he didn't really need to. Hudson letting through the Astamana from Ziri, who has still the questionable amount of fuel. Kriplax through the second sector. How much did he found? Almost 6.5 tenths, and he's gonna get a very good tow from Hybo now onto this very long start-finish straight. I mean, it's not that big of a tow, but still something. Through on he comes. He goes P15 and 9 tenths of improvements. 1 minute 9.488. The stack is very close between the drivers. There are some bigger gaps, like from Sparko to Gemini, or Noise to JP, or JP to Mad, but I mean, it's still very close between the drivers, as Hennessy has crashed out on the X of turn 2, or in turn 2 basically. That's Hudson coming across the line, and he stays in P8. But I want to see from his okay, so he has crashed out in the pit lane basically, and since the game is questionable enough, it resets you to the racing line. I mean, some questionable things happening. Noise doesn't have a piece of his whole. Noise is missing a whole front wing. Shaza has retired. What is happening in the last 1.5 minutes of this qualifying? I mean, Noise isn't gonna improve at all. When you can see already the understeer. I mean, already the amount of understeer Noise has. I mean, it just. he cannot do anything with it. Reggie not entering through the first sector. Yellow flags into turn 10. But I mean, it is. I mean, if JP doesn't find from somewhere a pace, someone has jumped, has gone up, but I failed to realize who it was. There are so many guys crossing the lines now. I'm confusing myself. Sparko goes P8. Gemini doesn't improve. That was Hybe crossing the line. He starts his flying lap. Here comes is that tilted improving his time, and he goes P11 with 1 minute 9.114. Then there's a Marco who didn't improve, and he invalidated his arm. Reggie comes around and he improved his time to 1 minute 7.515. And otherwise he's on provisional pole position. If not, the JP finds way more time on his lap, but through the second sector it doesn't look like it. 1.5 tenths. So otherwise he would even stay behind his teammate Noise. Matt crossing line, and he stays in P5. JP crossing line, and he stays in P4. He runs Sparker, who invalidated his time. Hudson crossing the line, and he invalidated his lap. Is there anyone else? Gemini, I mean, he could improve. He wasn't... he goes into the pits. Spark, I don't... No, Hybe is improving, and he stays in P6. He stays in P6, but those times are identical with Matt's 1:8.355. Those times are identical, but since Matt did that time first, he is gonna be starting ahead of Hybe. Is there any... No one else is doing laps, so Reggie on pole position for the sprint, and it's a Red Bull front row lockout since Shaza in P2 and Noise with hull damage front wing couldn't do anything, and JP couldn't find more time from his lap, but it is Ferrari's second row, so they can be somewhat close to the Red Bulls in the sprint. Matt in P5, Hybe in P6. As I said, the identical times between the two, but Matt set that lap first, so he's ahead. Hennessy in P7, Sparko P8, Luke P9, Alfa Romeo P10, so as well fifth row lockout for Alfa Romeo. Tilted P11, Jogger P12, Gemini 13, Coke P14, surprisingly, Gravity P15, Criplax P16, Oreo P17, Hudson P18 in the Mercedes. Very surprising as well that. Habo is 19th and Laziri in 20th. It's very annoying to be coughing like every single 2 minutes, 1 minute. I'll get... Yeah, it's very tough to be sick, at least the degree that I'm in. I mean, it's not that bad, it's just the coughing. I cough like every 1.5 minutes. It's so annoying. Oh, shows up. No, Reggie spun already from in the formation lap. Everyone on the hards. No, oh, Shaza on the softs. I was a bit too confident in this. Laziri already disqualified. But yeah, everyone on the mediums besides Shaza who went for the softs. A little bit surprising. I'm serious. Like, it's very surprising that someone went for the softs. I mean, Shaza is gonna be quick in the first lap, but later on he's just not gonna be. he will just get eaten. He will just get eaten later on. Just quickly check BPRL chat. Alright, drivers going into the grids. I mean, Shaza is just so far ahead of the others. Noise has spun. Shaza has even missed the grid slot. Spark as well missed his grid slot. Yeah. Hopefully there's gonna be a good camera for the lights. I mean, probably not, but hopefully. Is there any? Oh, come on, isn't there? I guess I'll be using this. Guess I'll be using this. It is 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out. And away we go here in Brazil. Very good start from the Red Bulls, but Noise gets a very good start trying to attack Reggie on the outside of turn 1, and on the inside of Noise he is in P2 out of Shazza, but Shazza is on the softs. Matt has gone very wide on the exit of turn 3, but he's up to 4th ahead of JP, who is getting attacked by Hennessy, and he's up to P5. JP has been as well, is down in P7, but Noise is down to P3 since, well, Shazza was in softs. Hennessy Hennessy and Hype are fighting for P5. Was a little bit contact between these two, and going to turn 10, Hennessy has been spun round by Hype, and he's down in P11 now. Could be down in P12 as Hudson was trying to overtake him, but a very good start from Hudson as well, as he's in P12, but could be quickly attacked by Marco. But now Criplax could be attacking Marco, although although it doesn't happen. Shazza is slowing down Noise, I think. Gravity into the pits. I'm guessing a front wing change. Spark and Hudson, they're fighting for P12, and Marco is out of Hudson into turn 4. Yeah, Marco didn't get the greatest starts as he's down in P12. He started in P10, so he's down by 2 places. Hennessy down by 4 places. JP down by 2 places. Tilted 6 places. Gemini 5 places, and Gravity 4 places down. Top 3 has stayed the same. Matt, Hype, Sparkle, Luke. They've gained 1 place. Then Jogger, Griplax, and Oreo have gained 2 positions. Hybo 3 positions, as Jogger has spun on the X of turn 11, and he's down the order, down in P17, and now he has lost 5 positions, or he's 5 places down from his original position that he started from. Enough of this position change BS. Basically, the race goddamn, the race has been enabled. But I mean, there's gonna be a huge DRS strain, at least in the top 4, as I don't think. I mean, the Red Bulls are gonna play a team game, obviously, as they have showed throughout the season. And Noise, because he's stuck in the DRS strain, he can't do anything. And Matt, well, he won't do anything. I mean, he literally won't do anything. Not because that he's bad or anything, but just because Mercedes doesn't have the greatest engine compared to like Ferrari and Red Bull. But as well the fact that Noise is closer to Shazza, and Noise is more aggressive. Reggie with a new fossil lap, 1 minute 9.870. Hybo is trying to overtake Tilted, but as well Hennessy has overtaken Coke into turn 1. Hennessy will be trying to maybe overtake Luke at some point. As Sparko, he's down the order, and he's down in P13 now, maybe even more down, as he's spun on the X of turn 3. But they up front, Hennessy did try overtaking Luke into turn 4, and although Hennessy pushed Luke wide, he's in P7, but Luke is getting now attacked by the McLaren from Coke. A little bit of contact between them, and it's turn 8. There's still side by side. Luke on the outside now. Does he held up? No, he doesn't held the position, and he's now down in P9. So now outside of the points, the Alfa Romeos are, as JP has spun in turn 11, and he's now down in P12. and not within the second from Kriplax. Up front, these two, like I'm saying, they won't be fighting or anything. Alphamas are sort of close, but I guess these two aren't gonna be fighting neither. But Kriplax could be fighting Hudson, although he is now 6 seconds behind. 6 seconds behind, so he isn't gonna do anything really. Tilted is trying to overtake Oreo into turn 4. There was a little bit of contact between them as the Alpines make contact, and Sparko is yet again round as he retires by pressing the button. He wasn't having none of this, and he's out of the race. Hudson is fighting Marco now, as Hudson is down up to P9. And Marco, it's again down in P10 as Coke, he has now spun in turn 11 on the exit of turn 11. What is happening in turn 11 with drivers who just don't have the grip there? They just, everyone is spitting there. Hybe and Hennessy, they're fighting for P5 as a little bit of contact between them as Hybe got a big slide midway through the corner. Hennessy is through, but Hybe is now 2 seconds down from Hennessy. There's some fighting behind. I think Kriplax got overtaken by JP, as Marco has re-overtaken Hudson into turn 4. So now Alfa Romeos have 3 points, because the points are going from first to 8th, as Hudson goes a bit wide in turn 8. JP did try to take advantage of it, but in the second sector it's very hard to overtake, as Hudson yet again goes wide, very wide, and into turn 11. JP ahead of Hudson, and going to turn 12 he's definitely ahead. So JP is now up to P9, although JP got a little bit of a slide. I don't think JP will have the DRS on Marco. No, he won't. Hudson does have, but Hudson doesn't have ERS. JP has a little bit more, but Hudson is closing in, trying to go around the outside. But not close enough, and not enough confidence neither, as it look like. Luke has close up to Hype, so maybe Hype has some damage to his car. It doesn't look like that he has any front wing damage, although there can be some front wing damage for him, but there isn't any damage that we can see. Or there's some bodywork damage, or by bodywork damage I mean like side pod damage, or I don't know, rear wing damage, floor damage, diffuser damage. I mean, whatever there's damage, can be even mental damage if someone really fancies it. Shimenai and Hypo, they're on a fight for P15, as Shimenai very good overtake around the outside of Hypo in turn 10, and also Chugger around the outside of turn 11 from Hypo. I'm back. Well, it is lap 8. Top 4, same as it started, same as it is. Nothing has changed after lap 3 or 2, when JP spun. I mean, Matt even overtook JP off the start, so I mean the top 4 hasn't changed anything. It has stayed the same. Reggie in P1, Shazan in P2, Noise P3, and Matt in P4. Behind there were some battles between someone. I mean, the closest are Oreo and Shimano, and Coke, but Oreo and Coke. But I don't know. Jugger has spun going to turn 8. Very unfortunate spin, as he's now many seconds behind, as he again half spins. I mean, he did save it, but still spun, and he's now like over 10-11 seconds behind Hybo. Oh, there's a position change as Noise has spun on the X of turn 2. That promotes Matt up it to the P3. And that allows as well Hennessy to close up on Noise. Although Noise in the faster car, I think he's gonna pull away from Hennessy. But now the Red Bulls have a clear race. Matt is 2 seconds behind them. He isn't gonna catch them or anything. I mean, that's what I think, obviously. That's what I think, that he isn't gonna be catching them anytime soon. Or I mean, these last 3 laps, he isn't gonna be catching them as Hyper spun on the edge of turn 10. And it drops down many places. Down to P14 now. Down to P14. Close behind his teammate as he again got a slide in turn 12. JP is trying to take Luke into turn 1. Luke fights back into turn 1, or he doesn't give up. But JP with the faster car and with more grip, he's up into 7th. As well behind there were some fights. I think it was the Williamses that have switched places. I mean, it's honestly, I mean, this is so annoying when like I have to go off like every few minutes. It's so annoying. I can't even do commentating properly. Noise is catching up to Matt slowly, but this ain't gonna be enough. As it up front, Sheza has spun on the X of turn 12, and he's now behind Noise, behind Hennessy. Could be. I mean, it depends. Does Marco? No, I don't think Marco is gonna overtake Sheza. So Sheza has lost so much time. They had a clear 1-2 for Red Bull for the sprint, but he just bottled it, and now he has to manage this race with heavily used tires. I managed to get at least a P5. Meanwhile, there were yellow flags for Hybe and then for Jogger. They spawn in the very different places of the track. Griplax is very close behind his teammate Tilted. But as well, Coke is very close behind Griplax. Into turn 9. As again, Jogger is causing yellow flags. Reggie starts the final lap as Coke sent it on Griplax into turn 10, into turn 11. Coke is now ahead of Griplax. Griplax tried to send it on, but he didn't. But he more just compromised himself. Some of my father is in. I don't know why. But Reggie has started his final lap with a fastest lap as well. But nothing is happening. I mean, Shazat is keeping his P5. But Audio is very close behind Griplax, so maybe at the end of the race, on the start finish straight, Audio maybe can overtake the Williams. That is again Shaza spun in this race, in the sprint, and he's out of the points. But meanwhile, his teammate wins the sprint race here in Brazil, and that's a pole position for him for the main race. Matt P2, Noise P3, Hennessy in P4, Marco in P5, JP in P6, Luke P7, Hudson P8, Tilted P9, unless Coke can overtake him on the line. This is going to be photo finish between these two, but Coke overtakes him just before the line. So Coke is P9, Tilted is P10, Criplax P11, Oreo P12, Shazza down in P13, Gemini in P14, Hybe P15, Hybo P16, Gravity P17, and Jogger in P18, Spark and Laziri P19 and 20. So yeah, this is now the results for the main race, and the starting grid for the main race as well. Reggie grabs full points from the sprint win. There is no fastest lap for there is no fastest lap in the sprint, so it doesn't matter if you get a fast lap or not. But yeah, yeah, these are the results. Reggie 8 points, Matt 8 points, 7 sorry, Noise 6, Hennessy 5, Marco 4, JP 3, Luke 2, and Hudson 1 point. Drive today from the sprint. I mean, I'll have to give to Hudson. I mean, from P18 to finishing P8 just in the sprint, very good job from the Merc. I mean, other than that, other drivers, I mean, Criplax, a very good debut in the Williams, starting from P16, finishing P10. If I remember right. Why are those engineers in those... Why are they T-posing? Why are they T-posing? I mean, that's not even T-posing. I mean, their hands should be higher, but... I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It still look... I mean, why are they in that row? And why are their hands going through each other's bodies? What the hell? This game is something. No, are they? Wait. I'm very confused. I'm very confused. I don't know, why are they T-posing? Alright. Into the main race, 36 laps. A torture for me at least, because I'll be coughing throughout the whole race. The only one to go for the softs is Gravity. Then Hennessy, Marco, JP, Luke, Shazza, and Hype. They went for the hards, and then the rest for the mediums. Very interesting strategy from Gravity. I mean, I'm quite interested to see what he's gonna do, as the two Alpha Tauris disqualified each other. They disqualified each other, and they'll have cold tires for the start, which is not great for Gravity, because he needs to push in the first lap since he has them softs. Oh, Reggie spins into turn 10 on the formation lap, and that is very close between the two Alfa Romeos. There's some very weird stuff going on at the back. JP has been as well disqualified, as well as Jogger. That I didn't realize. Oh, there's Spun Hennessy. I know that was Matt. Sorry, that was Matt. Noah's at the front. Don't know why. I guess Gravity is doing... I mean, I can't see his predicting strategy. That would be very, very nice to see. Oh, there is Spun noise yet again. Yeah, drivers now going into the grid slots. Alright, there are some people watching. Noise still. Is there anyone else pulling? There was Gemini's AI. Everyone is on their grid slots. So let's look from Noise. 1, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights are out here in Brazil yet again. Matt gets a very good start from compared to Reggie. Matt on the inside, but Reggie defends the inside very nicely, and he keeps his P1. Top 3 has stayed the same at the moment. Nothing that much chaos at the moment, but Luke has lost all of his places that he has started from, and he's down in P20. Tilted up into 8th. Shaza fighting Kriplax for P10, going to turn 6 and 7, but Shaza now ahead of the Williams. Very clean start, I must say, compared to how normally it is. I'm not joking. I'm being honest. Coke up into 6 as well. From where did he even start? Because I can't even remember from where did he even start. From 9th, so very good start from him as well. There's I think Sparko getting a very bad exit. He's trying to overtake Kriplax off track. He overtakes Kriplax off track on the inside. He is controversially up into P11, but he could be getting a penalty of that. But Kriplax is trying to re-overtake him into turn 4, but Sparko has way too much straight line speed. Tilted has overtaken JP into turn 4. And he's up into 7th as well from P10. JP trying to squeeze himself somewhere on the inside of the Williams, but just can't find the space. Meanwhile, Noise is now up into 2nd. Detailed the positions. So Reggie has stayed in P1. Noise up into P2. Matt down in P3 has lost 1 position. Noise gained 1 position. As at the back, Gravity has spun on the exit of turn 11, or in turn 11 basically. Noise with a new fast lap of 1 minute 10.899. The year is open as well. Gemini is very close behind Jogger, and they fight for P15. Gemini has come back to the session. Jogger trying a switchback on the Aston Martin. Jogger will have the DRS. Gemini uses his ERS, and Gemini, that was very close between these two. As Gemini spins on the exit of turn 4, damaged his whole front wing. Luckily he didn't. That is a virtual safety car. Well, somewhat luckily for Gemini that he didn't crash out completely, as well as Gravity has spun on the exit of turn 4. But yeah, and Gravity is out, as he says, no point continuing in this race. Very bad sprint as well. Qualifying wasn't the best, so he sees no points continuing in this race. The Noise is very close behind Reggie. This is still virtual safety car, but I think it should be ending soon. I think it is ending now, since now it isn't, because they're still going somewhat slow. But Gemini into the pits, but Hennessy and Marco, they have stayed on their positions. Coke and Tilted with, and Shaza and Jogger with with 3 places gained. But JP could be trying to overtake Tilted into turn 8, and he's now ahead of Tilted, although Tilted tries to fight back on the inside and into turn 10. He is now ahead of Tilted. Yes, I know that it sounds that I'm dying out here, but since I have now started this commentating, or since now I have started commentating this race, I might just finish it. This is my own mistake if someone thinks that Reggie forced me to do this. No, I didn't even tell him that I was still somewhat sick. I didn't even tell him that. Coke is very close behind Marco. And into turn 4, Coke is closing on Marco. Looks to the inside. Marco goes a bit wide. A little bit contact between these two. Into turn 6. Meanwhile behind, Hudson has overtaken, tilted into on the exit of turn 6, but there's a little bit contact and Shazza is taking advantage of it. Trying to overtake Hudson. What's a bad camera? Overtaking Hudson into turn 8, and he's now ahead of Hudson. So up into P9, Shazza is. And Shazza's next target is the Williams from Tilted, who is having an amazing race at the moment. Up front, it looks very much different than it did in the sprint. Reggie doesn't have his teammate to defend from noise, so he has to do the defending by himself. Hudson has been overtaken by Sparko earlier, and Hype is trying to overtake Hudson into turn 4, diving down inside of turn 4, and Hudson leaves the space, but Hype doesn't leave the space for Hudson on the exit. But Hype is now ahead. Hudson is now could be getting attacked by Criplax, although he's very close, but he doesn't dive down into turn 8. So Hudson, starting from 8 down to 12 now, with having not too much of pace at the moment. Meanwhile, up ahead, Noise is very close behind Reggie. And does Noise have enough straight line speed to overtake Reggie into turn 1? It's closing, but not fast enough. He's not closing fast enough, and he stays in P2 for now. Although Hype is trying to take Sparko into turn 1. With contact between them as Hype locked up, but Hype is ahead of Sparko. So Sparko fight back. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Although he broke later than Hype. He's still behind Hype. Tilted getting first a 3-second time penalty in this race. A very quick one, as it is only lap 7. He's doing a mega job, but with that 3 seconds he's gonna be down into like P14. Again up front, Noise with the DRS, somewhat close, but he's gonna make close enough. Although, nope, not close enough. Still missing that 10th or 2 to overtake him. Coke has overtaken Marco into turn 1 with above the DRS. But now Marco could be having a move on Coke into turn 4, since Marco has the DRS. Marco, he was very close behind Coke, but he doesn't overtake him. Meanwhile behind, Criplax has been overtaken by Orieu, and Lesivir has been overtaken by Gemini, who, well, Gemini is a, well, Lesivir is an AI, but Lesivir was trying to overtake his teammate. That is AI. AI was trying to overtake his own teammate, but there is ghosting, so it doesn't matter how the AI goes. Hype has lost the place to Sparko, I think. So Sparko is now up to P10, and Hype up to P11. The gap between these two has gotten bigger. So yeah, Matt at the moment. Oh, that's the jogger spawn. In turn 11, Sparko has already taken tilted into turn 1. What are these colors, man? Jogger with a 10-second time penalty, so I mean, there's nothing to do with him as Hudson and Hype both spawn in turn 3. Ooh, there could be some contact. There could have been some contact between the two, or one of these. I think Hudson, who was ahead, could have as well spun on his own, and Hype was collected in it, as was Marco, who's I guess spun, and he's now behind JP and Shaza and out of the DRS. Shaza is very close behind JP. Why am I even not on the this? Because this is better. Shaza trying to overtake JP even before he can activate his DRS, and they go side by side through the finish line. But I mean, they didn't even, as Shaza is ahead of JP into turn 1, and Shaza should keep his P6. Hype into the pits. I'm guessing changing houses or even retiring, so he's done with this race, even though Reggie clearly said in the driver's briefing that to not retire us. What has happened here? Tilted and Sparko make contact. That is Sparko out of the race, and there's a full safety car out. A full-on safety car is out. Hype Hype just retired as Sparko and Tilted make contact, and that is Sparko out of the race and Tilted with no front wing. And so now Hype must be gutted, or maybe not even, as he hates this league. And the medium rounds are gonna be into the pits, I'm assuming, to go for the hearts. Those who are on the hearts, oh, Hennessy even goes in, Shazak goes in, JP stays out. Yeah, JP stays out. Who else stayed out? Shazak for the softs. Kriplak staying out on the mediums. I mean, if he would have been on the hards, then I mean, I would have understood that, but he's on the medium, so I mean, I don't understand that. And he just gets out of Matt, so this is terrible news for Matt. Who prayed that he could have been somewhat close behind Noise and Reggie, but now his plan or his idea is getting cut off, as he's now behind the Williams. Luke stayed out, Highball stayed out, Laziri stayed out, but that's an AI, so nobody cares. Nobody cares about the AIs. Oriegu and Shaza went for the softs. Then Hennessy for the hearts, Marco for the hearts, and the rest who put it for the hearts. Hennessy for the mediums and Marco for the mediums, sorry. Well, since there's nothing to talk about, then I might just mute myself to not give you the ear rape. And as well, to other stuff. guess my internet has gone off. Yeah, I came in. Alright, so there's a state restart, but the game just decides to leave itself, to kill itself. I mean, luckily, I don't have to. How the hell did I get the invite from someone? Right. Because this game is at it again. I mean, I came in when this save code was literally came in. And that was my own mistake, but. So I missed probably basically like half of the content. Alright, I'll be so confused because I don't know what the hell is happening. Oh, there's another safety car. So I definitely didn't miss anything. And somehow Noise is in P1, Matt in P2, Reggie down in P3, Coke in P4, Marco P5, Oreo in P6, Tilden in P7, Hot in P8, Luke P9, Shaman in P10, Hypo in P11, JP in P12, Criplax P13, Shazza down in P14, and Hennessy somehow has DNF'd. I totally didn't miss anything. There's another safety car. I totally didn't miss anything because I mean Hennessy is out, but I obviously missed everything. And now JP is in the pits. And he's gonna be down in P15. Lost, basically. And JP has pitted for the medium tire. Who was the fastest lap? Probably Reggie. No, it's with 1 minute 10.899. So the fastest lap that has been from lap 2, it hasn't changed. It has still stayed for Noise. Yeah, other than that, it's not. I mean, obviously obviously, who knows what happened on the safety car restart, the first one. I don't because I didn't see it, because my intelligent me, I just decided to join in late, or when the safety car was. When they were even restarting, well, the safety car is now in this lap, so I won't be missing this. but as well, the game just decided to no, you're unable to connect to the EA servers, which is great. But no, it's heating up the tires now. Very important to keep them warmed up. Noise is going to be going now, so the race has been restarted. Matt, a little bit sleepy, is sleeping on the restart, as Reggie is already side by side with him. I need to turn 1 around the outside. Does he make the move? Now on the inside of turn 2, and he does make the move stick. So he's now up to P2. Matt was off track on the curbs. Didn't get anything of that, but Marcus has spun. He's dropping down the order, and he's down in P14. Even P15 maybe, if the... no. Down in P14. Oreo now is, but Oreo on the softs, he is gonna be quick, but his pace throughout this race hasn't been great. Shazza is fighting Criplax for P11. Shazza with a better car, better tires, and he's off zone into turn 10, and he's now ahead of Criplax, although Criplax is still side by side with him, and he does re-overtake him, and now Criplax is trying to overtake Hybo into turn 12 as Shazza has been hit in the back by JP in turn 12, and now Shazza is down in last place. Noise at the moment is still leading, but Reggie has caught up massively to the Ferrari. Criplax was still very close behind Hybo, but couldn't overtake him. So now he's dropped some time to him. Not much though. He's still within the provisional DRS. But Hudson is down up to P7 now. Shazza has overtaken Laziri. Nothing interesting there, obviously. Not that I hate Shazza. It's just nothing impressive of overtaking 8 goals. They are. That is like I don't know, like very slow. And so JP has overtaken Marco midway through the second sector. Criplax is very close behind Hybo, but Hybo has completely lost it on the exit, and he has now spun it, and he's now down in P14. He'll be down in P15, and Criplax has been overtaken by JP into turn 1 without DRS. Yeah, my door is closed. I had to check that. Halfway through the race has been done, or half the race has been done. So yeah, I mean, Luke is pretty close to Hudson. Less than 3/10. He knows that he's faster. But Hudson will have the DRS from tilted. Although Luke has more ERS, I think. Yeah, more ERS than Hudson, so he can maybe take advantage of it. And also Hudson doesn't have the greatest slipstream. But the front, Noise and Reggie was trying to overtake Noise into turn 1 for P1, but Reggie backs out of it, and into turn 4, Reggie defends the inside, but Reggie on the outside, does he hold on to it? Yellow flags in turn 1, but Noise holds on to the P1. A little bit of contact was there between those two, of the not really anymore title rivals, because Reggie has won the 4th consecutive title in BP. But Noise is still fighting for the vice champion in the season, and since Shazza is down in P12 and Noise high up in P1 now, and even if he finishes in P2, then it's going to be a very good points gain, or actually extending the lead from Shazza. Reggie looks for the move, but he didn't want to dive down the inside. Coke has overtaken Oreo into turn 1. And as well, Marco has overtaken and Shazza has overtaken Marco. Oreo re-overtakes Coke in turn 3 since Coke made a mistake. Matt with a 3-second time penalty. So at the moment he's going to be behind Oreo, but the softs are going to be falling off. The performance is going to be falling off, so he's going to have to pit. JP has overtaken Hudson into turn 7, And Hudson gets as well a 3-second time penalty. Shazza's next target is Gemini, high ball overtakes Laziri. Luke is very close being tilted. But wait, Hudson has been eaten. He's very down the order. I mean, he was between tilted and Luke, and all of a sudden he's now behind JP and Luke. JP has overtaken Luke even before he got to activate his DRS. Luke could be re-overtaking him into turn 1. No, he doesn't fancy it. Shazza with a new fast lap, 1 minute 10.435. My controller's battery is dying. I hope he held on because I don't want that broken one. As JP is trying to overtake, tilted into turn 4 on the inside, and he does overtake him into turn 4 on the inside. Criplax with a 3-second time penalty. Hudson fighting Gemini, but Shazza has got up to these two, and he's gonna overtake 2 drivers in 1. And he's suddenly from P11 up to P9. And his next target is Luke. Hybo has spun on in turn 3. Not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive. I'm sorry, Hybo, but that's. I mean, the only time that you can really actually like spin there is if you have 50 0 like wings, like a front 50 and at the rear 0, or if it's wet. Shazza has overtaken Luke on the start finish straight with ease, absolute ease. Orieu is still fighting with Coke for P4. But JP is now trying to overtake Coke into turn 4, and he did overtake Coke into turn 4, although they make a little bit contact into turn 4, but JP is now ahead of Coke. Marco is now ahead of Hudson as well. Shazza is now as well ahead of Tilted into turn 7, and he's up into P7. And Coke goes wide as well. Oh, the light. Wait, what? Where's? Oh, there's. Coke is lagging, or it could be just me. It could be just me. But the JP is trying to overtake Orieu into turn 12, surprisingly. And he does overtake him. Orieu gets a 3 seconds, as Orieu gets as well overtaken by Coke, and he's gonna get overtaken as well by Shazza at this base. But JP with his overtake on Orieu into turn 12 wasn't best, but he defends from Coke as Shazza went straight off turn 1. And he's now down in P8 behind Tilted, but Tilted is fighting Orieu for P4. Sorry, P6, but Tilted for now stays behind the Alpine. Orieu has to come in this to the pits in this race, because those softs are not gonna be able to last full race or the rest of the race, as Tilted tried to overtake Orieu into turn 8, but he got a 3-second time penalty. As just as well hits Orieu in the back, and that sends Orieu spinning, and he's now down in P12 as well as Marco got hit from behind, I guess. And now he has spun himself, as at front Reggie down inside of Noise wants the DRS on his back straight, but Reggie has pulled a gap. Reggie has pulled a little bit of a gap. It's 4 tenths. Shazza has overtaken Tilted on the P6. But Reggie is ahead of Noise on lap 24. At the beginning of lap 24, Orieu in the pits. Well, his race is basically over somewhat. I mean, he pits for a new set of softs. And Hutton and Shimmer, they again fight for P9. Or this time for P9. And into turn 7 and 8, 7. There's a bit of contact between them. Gemini nicely saved it. but he's now behind Hudson. Up front, I mean, it doesn't look like that Noise is gonna overtake Reggie this lap, this corner even. Shazza's next target is Coke, but Coke has 3 seconds, so he doesn't really have to risk it, and he knows that he has better pace than Coke. So he doesn't really need to send it on Coke, but he's desperate, and even before turn 4, Shazza overtakes Coke, and he is up into P5. Shazza at the moment is absolutely flying out here, overtaking everyone left, right, up, down, center. I mean, I know that it doesn't go like that. The how it says, as JP has spun on the exit turn 9, and that gives P4 for Shazza, and JP is now down P6 behind Coke and Shazza. But Coke has 3 seconds, so I mean, JP at the moment is within that, but Coke has a DRS from Shazza on this main straight, which is very powerful. I mean, isn't that powerful, but it's still, you can gain a few tenths, as we see that JP has lost like 4 tenths on Coke. on that huge straight. I don't, even though Shazza has this incredible pace, I don't think Shazza is going to be able to catch up to these two up front. The best I think I can offer is P3, basically a podium, the lowest step of the podium. So yeah, these are still very close between each other. Reggie has saved massive, very nicely, ERS, so he has about the same amount that Noise has. Let's see, well, about the same amount, but Noise has catched up to Reggie. He's very close behind Reggie, but into turn 1, too far back, and into turn 3. Yeah, I mean, it is still too far back, so he isn't gonna be able to overtake him. Even if he would have used all of his ERS, JP with a 3-second time penalty, so he cannot rely on Coke's 3 seconds anymore. He has to catch up to Coke himself. But as well, at this point, the mediums are gonna be dropping off. At this point, well, Luke's definitely 15 laps on those mediums. JP and Shazza, they still are gonna have quite good mediums, but they're at the end of the race, they're gonna be falling off. Coke made a mistake on the extra turn 9, and JP has caught up to him massively now. He's less than 6 seconds behind us. Coke yet again makes a mistake, and well, JP is now ahead, but Coke is gonna get the DRS on this straight. Although JP uses his all of his ERS that he has, and into turn 1 they go side by side. Coke on the outside, JP sends in on the inside, and JP at the moment stays in P9, P5, sorry, P5, and Coke is too far back to attack JP. So JP is now ahead of Coke, definitely. Shazza has caught up to Matt. The gap is now 4.1, and Matt has 3 seconds, so Shazza needs to only gain 1 second, and he's gonna be in the podium, in the podium places. Luke is very close, somewhat close behind Tilted, but he can't seem to find a way to overtake him. They have pretty much the same amount of ERS. I mean, Luke has about 10% more. And Luke, with usage of the ERS, is not gonna be able to get him at the moment. And he goes in on the inside of turn 1. He sends it, and he's now up into P7, but tilted. Luke tries to set up a move so that he's gonna can send it into turn 4. Luke defends the inside. Tilted is forced to go on the outside, and Luke very nicely defends from Tilted, and Luke is up into P8. Meanwhile, behind Marco and Orieu, they are going side by side into turn 1, and Marco is ahead of Orieu. Marco has got the fastest lap, I think. Yeah, 1 minute 10.365. Let's check on the leaders. Nothing really happened here. I mean, it's still exactly the same as it was. It's still the same as it is. Reggie leading and Noise in P2. It hasn't changed since they last since Reggie overtook Noise. Yeah, it hasn't really changed, and Shazza is now within Matt's 3 seconds, so now he has to just keep this pace. Obviously, it would be better for Shazza to catch up to Matt, but he's in forced. He doesn't need to. Meanwhile, Diso out of Hudson, they're still fighting for P7. Tilted trying to set up a move into turn 6 and into zone 8. No, Tilted is too far back and not setting up a move. And well, Tilted has lost some time in the sector 2. Kriplak's 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Front, no, the gap is the gap is getting a bit smaller. It's 3/10. No, nothing really isn't gonna happen. So boring. Oh, this one now again fighting. Look at the DRS from the lapped AI from Laziri. Luke has stayed in P7 for now, but Tilted yet again. It could be the same as it was 2 laps before. Tilted on the outside, Luke on the inside. Luke defends the inside line. Tilted gets a better exit though. Tilted on the outside into turn 6, and Luke is still ahead of Tilted. Up front, I mean, they are very close again. Very close again. But Reggie has spun, and I'm suspecting Noise hit Reggie in the back, and that has sent Reggie spinning, which well has not promoted Noise up into P1, but Noise could be getting a penalty. Wow, whoa. Some drama between rivals Noise and Reggie. Meanwhile, Luke and Tilted, they are again fighting. Luke, Tilted now has the inside line, but Luke sticks it around the outside. Beautiful defense on the outside, and he has stayed in P7. I mean, Luke doesn't have to really fight Tilted, as Tilted has 6 seconds, I believe. But I mean, obviously, Luke wants to have some fun. And Matt has now spun on the X of turn 12, and he is now down in P5. JP has overtook him. At the moment, Yeah, JP has only 3 seconds, so it looks like JP is now ahead, and well, it looks like how it looks like it has stayed the same. Or no, it didn't stay the same. It just about the penalties. It won't change anything because JP has 3 seconds and Matt has 3 seconds. So in terms of penalties, it hasn't changed anything. But Matt has to catch up to JP to get that P4 back. He was gonna be getting P4 anyway since Shazza has I mean, he did caught up to his 3 seconds, so I mean he was gonna get the P4 anyway, even if he didn't spin. But now since he spun, he can be getting a P5 now. Reggie has caught up, is catching up to Noise, but Noise has, well, still has some ERS. Reggie has basically none. As on the straight, he had 0. Kriplax with another 3 second time penalty. That's 12 seconds for him now. So at the moment, Oreo up to P12. I mean, that's the only change that it's gonna happen. With Kriplax, Luke hasn't been able to really catch up to Tilted. So this means that Luke's tires are really short. I mean, 22 laps on those tires already, and still 2 laps to go. Actually 3, since 34, the ongoing lap, 35 and 26, 36. Reggie knows that Reggie and Noise, they know what happened. Probably Shazza as well. Since, well, I'm assuming that Reggie and Shazza, they are in the party, talking to each other. The Red Bull guys know that they're gonna get a penalty, but Reggie gets a 3 second time penalty. So I mean, Noise could have been getting a 5 second time penalty. But now, since, well, obviously it's for the lead, and probably the contact happened, then I'm assuming then Noise is probably getting a 10 seconds, I guess. And Shazza got as well a 3 second time penalty. So I mean, he wasn't gonna take advantage of Noise penalty anyway, since he's 14 seconds behind. So I mean, Noise would have to get 15 seconds of penalties. I mean, I don't think even I don't think Noise or no, I don't think even in the league there is that amount that you can give out. These two are still fighting, or at least very close between each other. But Shimona knows that he doesn't need to fight. As JP has spun in turn 11 on the penultimate lap for him, but the Noise has started the final lap of the race. But now JP could be now finishing P6, Matt in P4, and Coke could be finishing in P5, unless JP overtakes Coke somewhere in the lap. or he doesn't overtake and Coke spins and loses his whole front wing. So late drama for Coke, and he probably damaged his rear wing as well. He's now down in P7 and down in P8 now, and probably down in P10 or P9, sorry. But Noise at the moment on track, becoming a winner here in Brazil, and he has won this controversial race on track. There could be a penalty for Noise. Reggie finishes professionally in P2, Shazza P3, Matt P4, JP P5, Tilted P6, although Luke is very slow. Now he's not gonna lose a second on the straight unless he gets a rear rear puncher, but he doesn't. So Luke finishes in P6, Tilted in P7. Very good race from him as well. Coke just behind Tilted. 55,000 behind Tilted. Gemini in P9. Hudson P10. Marco P11. Griplax P12. Although he has those 12 seconds of penalties, so Oreo is gonna be finishing in P12 and Griplax in P13, Haibo in P14, and Laziris AI. I mean, that's gonna be getting it disqualified. A very interesting race, as normally Brazil brings us the race. A very interesting race. Drivers today, Shazza, definitely Shazza. I mean, my man has experience in this race everything. He was starting last. He literally started last, or no, not last, but down the pack, like P13 or 14. Then he was somewhere up there in the mid table, but then he drops down to last, and then in mid in the I think like first half of the race, he drops down to P15, which was last at that time, or somewhere around there, and now has finished in P3. So I mean, the driver today goes to Shazza. Oh, well, my controller has disconnected. I mean, you can probably still hear me because I'm using a real microphone, not a microphone from the headset that would be connected to my controller. No, I have a real microphone which my headset is connected to. So actually, I don't know. I can't even plug. I mean, if I plug in my headset into the controller, then it's gonna be from a headset mic. But since I have this cool microphone, then I don't have to really worry about that. My controller is gonna like disconnect, and then I'm gonna be then I can't commentate. But these are the race results. Marco with the fastest lap eventually. Noise and Reggie, by the way, their best times only 1,000 separated. Pretty cool. But yeah, Noise P1 and the most points collected throughout the weekend. Reggie P2. I mean, I will do the race results. Noise P1, Reggie P2, but those are just provisional race results because Noise could be getting a penalty. Probably. I mean, it depends because I didn't see the contact. I just saw Reggie spun in turn 1. I am suspecting that Reggie and Noise hit each other, or Noise hit Reggie, and that caused Reggie to spin. But it depends how big the penalty is going to be. If it's going to be 5 seconds for Noise, then it literally stays the same. But if it's 10 seconds, then Reggie gets a dub. And Noise finishes in P2. I mean, they contact between us, so I mean, it's not gonna be 20-second time penalty. No way in hell. It was just a little bit contact. Maybe 10, if Reggie manages to convince the FIA. But other than that, I mean, those are the provisional race results. Driver today for the race, Shazza. Yeah, this is the second last race of the season. Noise extends his advantage from to Shazza. I don't remember what points are there. Are those two? But next race, Abu Dhabi, the season 4 finale. The both championships have been decided in Japan. The drivers' championship has been decided in Japan, that I didn't commentate because I was sick. And then as well, What was I mean the round prior Japan as well. The constructors I think were secured. Since both Ferrari they only had one driver that was really driving for them, and then that second driver seat was tossed around between at first it was Coke, but then Coke was demoted and there were some reserves, and then Lamas came, but he raced for the Ferrari like I don't know 3 times, twice. So JP got the drive, then Hybo, then Aiden. I mean, it was tossed by every single. I mean, it was tossed by the reserves. But yeah, next race is Abu Dhabi. Yeah, thanks, Oreo. But yeah, next race, the season finale in Abu Dhabi. So, yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be a casual race. I mean, there's no title fight. I mean, obviously the vice champion, but if there is even, I mean, I don't know the points, but anyways, next race Abu Dhabi. So, see you guys next Saturday.